Hi, my name is Jalen David and this is my 10-minute demonstration. Okay, so do any of you guys like steamed foods? Show of hands. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, that's actually kind of weird because a lot of people I know don't like steamed foods. So, although it's a really, really healthy way to cook, it's not as flavorful as, or it's thought to be not as flavorful as sauteing, deep frying, because, you know, steamed broccoli and a deep fried piece of shrimp, what's going to taste better? Julian, you know what tastes better?
The shrimp.
The shrimp, right. So my goal for you guys today, or for me today, is to show you that steaming food can also be flavorful as deep frying, sauteing, and all the other cooking styles. So what I'm going to do is I'm making steamed salmon with asparagus and vinaigrette. So for the salmon, all I'm using is salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, just a little pinch of it because this, you know, is really, really, really hot and it only needs a little heat. For the vinaigrette, we're going to be using Creole mustard, lemon juice, dried herbs, and olive oil. So the ratio for any vinaigrette, if you ever want to make a raspberry vinaigrette, a orange vinaigrette, any type of vinaigrette, is going to be 3 to 1. So three tablespoons, 3 cups, 3 whatever of olive oil, and 1 tablespoon, 1 cup, whatever of lemon juice. So what I'm doing is 3 tablespoons of lemon juice and 9 tablespoons of olive oil. So that's going to yield the correct ratio for the vinaigrette. My asparagus is already made, and what I did here was I just blanched it real quick in boiling hot water, like a minute and a half, sauteed it with some shallots, garlic, onion, and butter, and just a little bit of salt and pepper just to season the taste. And alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, and it's kind of already done, is I'm going to set up my steamer. So I don't have a steamer, so this is homemade. It's kind of, you know, weird looking, but the whole idea of steaming something is you want to bring your water to a boil and then you want to reduce it to a simmer. And that's pretty much where it's at right now. And then once you get that, you put your salmon in, you cover it, and then you usually want to go 5 minutes, but maybe 7, depending on how done you want it. I like my salmon more done than people usually eat it, so I would probably go 7 minutes, but it all depends on who you're cooking for. So why I have the lettuce leaves is because my salmon is skinless, and usually when you steam salmon, you want to put it skin side down, so the steam doesn't overcook the salmon. The skin kind of protects it from the heat, because, you know, salmon's a very delicate fish. Any fish is going to be delicate and really easy to cook, so you don't want to overcook salmon because it's just not fun. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to season my salmon with a little bit of salt, just a little bit of pepper. And you do this for both sides, and just a pinch of that, a lot of that. Flip it over, do the same thing. So now I'm going to take my lettuce leaves and I'm going to place them in here. And I'm going to put this on top. Cover it. And I'm going to let that cook for 6 minutes. So in this time, while that's cooking, I'm going to start on my vinaigrette. Vinaigrette only really takes like a minute to make, so I'm actually gonna like kind of move a little slow, so I don't, you know, kind of that 6 minutes, you know, that's it. So here's my Creole mustard. You can use any type of mustard, and usually Mustard is like an extra ingredient for vinaigrette. It acts as a stabilizer. So what I mean by stabilizer is what we're doing when we make vinaigrette is we're making an emulsification. So emulsification is going to be when you forcefully mix two liquids together that don't mix. So we got the lemon juice and the oil, they don't naturally mix. You know, when you put them together, the oil is going to float to the top. So by mixing it really, really vigorously and, you know, a little bit of elbow grease, you can kind of make it stay together. So we're going to start with our Creole mustard right in there. Let's put our lemon juice in there. And that's 3 tablespoons. A little bit of salt. Where's my pepper? A little bit of pepper. A little more pepper. And we're going to use dry herbs. If you ever buy vinaigrette at Walmart or something like that, the little specks of things that are in there is usually like pepper, dry herbs, maybe some mustard. That's why it looks like that. And before we add our oil, I'm going to just mix this together really well. Get that going. Now it's very important that you add the oil slowly or it's just not going to mix right. So what you want to do is kind of keep a whisk on it and add that in slowly. Give it a break, mix that in. Kind of check your time back and forth. I mean, it's gonna ring when it's done, but it's always good to know how much time you got left. Not a lot of people know, but salmon is very, 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 very healthy for you. And any type of fish, really. Like it's known, it's said to, for like human beings to maintain a healthy diet, you kind of want to eat any type of fish at least twice a week. So, and I love salmon, so it's kind of easy for me to be healthy. I can eat this every day. My roommate knows I eat salmon pretty much every day. Alright, so before you put that on your fish, you kind of just want to taste it and make sure it's good. If it's not good, it's going to mess up. It's going to mess up your meal. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Just a little pepper. Okay, so to be more specific with like the nutrition facts of this whole meal, because this meal in total is only about 250 calories. And on top of that, asparagus alone is very healthy for you. You got your vitamin A, C, E, and K, and omega-3. You have, it's a good source of fiber, potassium, iron, so these are all things that we should be taking in every day. It doesn't usually happen with things like McDonald's and Wendy's being so good. So. Alright, so that's looking good. On right here, I have some chives. Doesn't really change the taste of what I'm making as much, but it's always nice to kind of sprinkle it on the plate, you know, make it look great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up. Leave my chives right there. Alright, so we have about a minute left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this plate up. And usually in restaurants, when they're ever serving asparagus like this, because there's a few ways you serve asparagus in a restaurant. So usually, if it's on the bottom like this, all the spears are going to be facing this way, or one way. Not doesn't have to be this way, but they all have to be the same way. If they're on the top, you'll usually see asparagus in like an X or a star because it just looks better for presentation. So you start with that. Salmon's looking good. Kind of want to get rid of the lettuce at the top. And then before you add the vinaigrette, just make sure it's like not breaking or separating, because it's not going to look good on the plate. Then you just that on top. We work a lot with presentation in my culinary class, so I mean, if you want to get fancy, you can make a little drawing plate a little bit. And end it off with some chives. And there you go. So any questions, comments, anything?
This looks really good.
Thank you. And there it is, steamed salmon, asparagus, and a lemon vinaigrette.